Most meal prep takes forever, and honestly, who has the time? I wanted something quick and still packed with protein, so I started making this beef chili in batches. So I'm going to show you how to whip up 5 high protein meals in just 20 minutes with a simple recipe that doesn't sacrifice on flavour. To start, grab a chopping board and a sharp knife. Then get a large onion, and first we need to peel the skin off. Just cut it in half and then you can cut the ends off like this, and then just use your fingers to remove all the skin. Once we've peeled it, we just need to chop it into small pieces. It doesn't need to be perfect, just roughly cut it up so it looks something like this. Now go over to the hob and get a large pan or a pot. I'm going to use this. If you don't have something like this, I really recommend you get one. You can do so much with them. Right, let's turn the heat up to high for this first bit. Then throw in 1 kilogram of 10% ground beef. Then add the onion that you just chopped up, and next we'll add some seasoning. Pour in 1 tablespoon of chili powder. You can use mild or hot depending on your preference. Next add 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Then we'll season it by throwing in a bit of salt. And finally we'll grind in plenty of black pepper to give it extra flavour. Once you've added the ingredients, we need to cook it for 4 or 5 minutes to brown the ground beef and the onions. Make sure you stir it regularly to mix up the ingredients to stop it sticking to the bottom of your pot or your pan. One of the best cooking tips I ever got was to always add herbs, spices and seasoning before adding any sauce. That way it infuses into the meat and makes it even tastier. It definitely makes a huge difference. While this is cooking and in between stirring it, get 2 cans of red kidney beans and drain the water out of them. We'll now turn down the heat to medium-high. We'll add in the 2 cans of red kidney beans, and then we'll add in a jar of tomato sauce, or you can use passata, which is what I'm using. I just prefer the smoothness you get from it. Finally, I'll add a couple of good squirts of tomato puree. This will give the sauce a nice rich taste. Now we'll cook everything for 15 minutes. Just remember to give it a good stir every so often. Right, our chili is done. But if you want to make it taste even better, you can put a lid on it and turn the heat right down to the lowest setting and let it bubble away for as long as you want. An hour is good, 2 or even 3 hours is even better. It will make the meat more tender and the sauce thicker and richer. If you do decide to cook it for longer, keep an eye on it and stir it every so often. But also make sure it doesn't dry up. If it looks like it is, you can just add a bit of water to keep it nice and saucy. So here are my 5 portions of chili split into tubs that I can keep in the fridge for a few days or put in the freezer if I want to keep them for longer. So let's talk about the nutrition. Each of the 5 portions has 50.4 grams of protein, 32.2 grams of carbs, 21.8 grams of fat and 543 calories. But you're probably thinking, what about accompaniments? Where's the rice? Well, I always just cook the chili and store it away like this. Then when it's time to eat it, sometimes I'll have it on its own if I don't want too many carbs. Just on its own, it's already got 32.2 grams of carbs. But if I do want more carbs, I'll add different things to it when I heat it up to eat it. The obvious one is rice. You can add half a pack of microwave Basmati rice. That would increase the nutrition to 54.4 grams of protein, 77.2 grams of carbs and 23.8 grams of fat per serving. And that equates to a sizable 717 calories. But my personal favourite accompaniment for this is corn chips. I'll grab 50 grams, which is just under 2 ounces of chips. I'll crumble them up and then just sprinkle them on top of the chili. This is super tasty. Adding corn chips makes the total nutrition 54.4 grams of protein, 61.2 grams of carbs and 34.8 grams of fat. That's a total of 792 calories. Right, I've shown you how to make 5 super tasty meals in just 20 minutes. But sometimes you might not have time to cook something. So if you want even quicker, high protein meals to support your fitness goals, watch this video next because I share my secrets that will help you to make your meals in just a couple of minutes.